Hello, this is Mr. Ferranti, the technology integration teacher at the Long Valley Middle School. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to change your settings in your Google Classroom. In this particular example, this is a sample student who is in a sample class, so I'm using a student account which would look very similar to yours. You're already familiar with the Stream button where teachers might share information on a daily basis, announcements and things along those lines. You also have a Classwork tab where teachers are probably arranging your daily assignments in topics. And of course, you have your People tab, which would identify the teachers in your classroom and other students. To the left, you have your main menu, and this is where we're going to focus our attention today. Under your main menu, you have a calendar, which I would like to come back and show you as well. You also have a list of the classes that you're enrolled in, a to-do list, archived classes. Those are classes that you have had previously either this year and no longer have, or classes that you were enrolled in a previous year. And your settings button. We're going to focus on the settings button first. If you're getting too many emails on a daily basis and you're feeling overwhelmed with the amount of emails that come from Google Classroom, you can make some changes here. I would suggest you discuss these changes with your teachers, as each teacher may be using Google Classroom and Gmail slightly differently to notify you on a daily basis. Here's where you can change your profile picture. This is where you can shut off all of your email notifications, but this would mean that you would not get any email from Google Classroom. So if you rely on emails from Google Classroom to notify you when assignments are posted or when comments are posted or grades are posted, then you wouldn't want to shut this button off completely. If you do, you'll notice that your comments and all other notifications go away. Okay, to change that, you would keep that button on. Now, if you want to leave the email notifications on, but you would like to change some notifications, but not all of them, you can come down here under comments. If you don't want to be emailed every time a teacher comments on your post or possibly a student, you can turn that off. You can also turn off comments that mention you. And you might even turn off private comments on your work. Now, I would only turn these off if you are using Google Classroom to get these comments. If you're waiting for an email to come from your teacher to notify you that they've commented on your work, then you would have to leave that on so that you get the email. However, if you're using Google Classroom on a daily basis and you're visiting that class all the time, then these are some of the options that you might turn off. You can also turn on or off classes that you're enrolled in. So if you're not depending on emails to tell you when work and other posts are coming from teachers, you can turn those off. You might want to receive an email when work is returned to you. Again, if you're using Google Classroom every day and you're checking those assignments every day for return grades and comments, then you may want to leave this off. I would probably leave invitations to join classes on as a student, because if you are changing cycle courses, teachers will likely notify you by email that you've been invited to the class. However, if you don't need that email and you're going to check in Google Classroom, then that is something you could also turn off. The same for due dates. You can decide whether you need an email for that. And finally, you can turn off by a whole class certain notifications. So if you didn't need notifications from a certain course, you can turn those off, and that would turn off all notifications. Okay, well, I hope that's helpful. The last thing I just wanted to show you while we're here is under calendar. I don't know if you're aware of the calendar, but when you have assignments due, you can take a look at the calendar. And if the teachers are putting due dates on assignments, you will see those will appear on the dates that they're due in the calendar. Okay, so again, check with your teachers. Ask if there's due dates posted in Google Classroom. If they're anything like me, I'm often flexible. I may move a due date, so that would then show up if I went back into the assignment as a teacher and I changed the due date. Then this assignment here on the 25th, I might change to the 27th, and you would see that change happen in your calendar. Okay, I hope that's helpful. The last thing that you might want to find out is take a look at your to-do list, and this will give you all of the assignments that have due dates that are coming up, and you can look at all of your classes at once, or you can look at a specific class. And you can see I have 2 things due next week, and I can open that up and I can see what's coming up. You could also look for missing assignments or assignments that are done. Now, I will tell you, this really depends on whether the teachers are adding due dates for assignments. If they do not, then some of these things may not appear in here. So please remember to always check with your teachers to see when assignments are due. Thank you for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about using Google Classroom, please send me an email at pferrante@wtschools.org. Thank you. Have a great day.